All right, so what we're going to do tonight is talk about running first challenge groups, and then I think more than anything is to address any fears that you have surrounding that and help you leave the call just feeling confident, because that's really all it's about. Like, honestly, it's one of those things that once you do it, you're like, okay, that was really not that big of a deal. Okay. It's new and unknown, then sometimes it can feel a little bit hairy. And really the only thing that I even still struggle with is sometimes I still feel like I'm not adding enough value. Like I just want to keep giving and giving. The other thing that I sometimes will beat myself up over is not having a post early in the morning. And there's a couple different ways that you can go about that, because there's a lot of mornings where I just want to take my time getting out of bed and go and have my energize and do my thing, and then check in when I'm awake and a little bit happier. So what I am starting to do is to schedule just a brief, a motivational, even if it's just like a quote or those kind of graphics, so that it's there at like 5 a.m. And I could schedule it for the entire one a day for the entire group if I wanted to, that far out, or at least a week ahead of time. And that really takes a lot of just, I think, stress off, knowing that that's done first thing in the morning and that people have something positive that they can wake up to. That requires planning ahead. But let me show you, and I want to make sure that I do share my screen enough. And you'll have to forgive me. I do my best to try and remember what it's like to be a new coach, but after 4 years, there's a lot of things that I get into the habit of just assuming that people know, and a lot of people don't, because, like, why would I have needed to know this? So I go to Google Images pretty much all day, every day. Google Images. So, for example, earlier today, I was looking for a health quote to put on one of my pictures. I don't know if you guys would have seen. Here's a good example. Darn you, Zoom. This thing is always in the way, so I'm always like changing screens. I want to show you an example of the types of things that I do and how it's really not that hard. So I posted this at a time during the day when there's really not a lot of engagement on Facebook, but it still got over 15 likes, so it's not terrible. So I had a picture of myself already, and it could have been a sweaty selfie. It could have been, one of my grand laundry room selfies, whatever it was, so I just went to health quotes, and I pulled one of the quotes that's off of here. And then if I'm on my computer, I use PicMonkey. PicMonkey.com. And I go up and I go to edit. Now this is a little bit out of the realm of challenge groups, but I think it's important enough that let's just stick with me here, okay? So I will pull any picture of Traci, which is fine. Here's one. This one still has the watermark over it, but it doesn't matter for these purposes. And then I go over to the text, the T and the T, so text. And on this program, it doesn't cost anything to use it, but if you want to use the things that have a crown, that means that you are paying like a monthly royal membership or something. So you can just choose one that's not like that. And then type double click first, my great health quote. Okay, and then save, and you're done. So then you can just load it straight to Facebook, right? Quit it, pop-ups. Another great one is canva.com. There's just as equally as many people who like Canva as PicMonkey. They each have their pros and cons. I find that I use both of them because once you kind of know what they each do, then sometimes it's easier than others. Now, the good thing about Canva is that it tends to save your kind of your colors. So this is my team benefit logo. And so I can go back and use Canva to save those colors. And you'll notice right here, Canva has saved all of these things that I've already created.
Oh, cool.
Without telling
You
it.
created an account, right?
I don't think to go there you even need an account.
Okay.
I don't know. I might be wrong. Maybe you have to create a free account, but it's not a paid thing unless you want it to be.
Yeah.
So that's the great thing, because then I could pull it straight from here and make changes to it. PicMonkey doesn't do that. PicMonkey doesn't save it.
Cool.
But there's enough about PicMonkey that I do like that I use it a lot. And I'm saving the stuff on my computer. But here, like, I could go back and completely take this out. PicMonkey, once you save it, it's saved. Where this, you can go back to it. This has been months and months since I created this. And I can go back and take this stuff out and edit it. That's the difference. They're editable changes. So that's Canva. And there are tutorials for both of these programs on YouTube. Okay, so that's slightly off track, but my point is, for challenge groups, it's so easy to create this stuff that I go and get a ton of, like, let's say Monday motivation. It's Monday, don't forget to be awesome. You put it on a picture, or even if it's a blank thing, even if you don't have a great picture, you can just go and do it and then add your name to it. Or, you know, let's say down the road you come up with the team name, put your team name on it, as long as it's not like an Abraham Lincoln quote where you're obviously stealing somebody else's quote, you know, like nobody owns It's Monday, don't forget to be awesome. So that one is pretty safe, you know what I mean? So that kind of stuff is great. And then, of course, up here now, Google Images has all these other different categories. So,
oh my gosh, how cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yes.
Yeah. And so then here's training. So, and I think also, you know, like if you want to be really organized, Tuesday quotes, Tuesday blessings, you know, like there's so much out there that there's just really no end to it all.
Huh.
Here's the catch. You could spend your entire power hour or your entire Beachbody career creating this stuff.
Yes.
This will not create sales. This will not create momentum in your business, and this will not create changed lives. People will be just as happy if you take the entire thing in your challenge group and post something that has already been done than yours in your challenge group. Now, on social media, yeah, some of this stuff, a good mix of it is totally fine, but people want to see your face. They want to see you and your story, right? So in that respect, that's why I took the time to put it on me, because there's a person. Are you with me? And then
Yes.
for sure, anytime that you post, especially on social media, and ideally in your challenge groups, instead of just throwing a quote out there, you always want to put your 2 cents worth with it. Again, because people could have just gone to Google and looked up a motivational quote, or they could have gone to Hallmark and read cards, but they want to come to your wall to hear you, right? Okay, so this is not a posting course. I'll get back on track. Our challenge group. Okay, so I was thinking about it, and what I think would be really handy, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I think it would be really handy as a new coach if there was somewhat of a roadmap, you know, like even if you think of a Candyland roadmap where, you know, you've got your start date and then you're like, oh yeah, I had my getting started right call. And then, oh yeah, the next thing is maybe I want to consider hopping into a free group with Traci if I never did one before, you know, as a participant. Well, then maybe I want to host my own free group and learn how to do that. And then the next thing is like, well, maybe I want to co-lead a 21-day group with Traci. And then, okay, now I've done that. So next is to learn how to run a group of my own. You know, it's just so like, you know what the flow is and what the path is.
Yeah.
Does that sound like it would be helpful?
Yes.
I mean, you guys are already sort of getting your feet wet, but I'm just thinking brand new coaches as they come on. The only thing is sometimes if somebody sees a whole map, there are some personalities where that could completely like, oh boy, I got a long way to go. Better turn around. Beep, 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 beep. You know, so we'll have to make sure that that's not the case. You know, you need like a advent calendar flaps where they can only turn at a time.
Yes.
Okay. Oh dear, I'm really on tonight. So this is the Beachbody Challenge Tracker app, which you are familiar with as participants. I'm showing you the portal that is for coaches. And I would suggest that you go there as a coach and just create a group, like even if it's just with nobody else in it besides you, and you can add your husband or something, and even if it's only 2 days long, but that'll give you a chance to walk through it as the coach and see what the coach sees. Okay, so
how is this directly off the Team Beachbody website?
it is mychallengetrackerportal.com.
Okay.
mychallengetrackerportal.com. And one of the few things I guess that I like about my Mac is that when I type it in, it remembers it.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, and then you can create lots of groups. Not that you need more than one, but like here are my finished groups. So it keeps them in here in the past, which is good because you can go back and follow up with those people. You can go back and see, oh, I think I posted this in that group, but I didn't save it. I would really highly recommend to you guys, as you run a group and you're like, man, that was a really good post I just wrote. I'm pretty proud of myself. that got like 3 likes. I'm saving that one. Keep a file, keep in evernote.com. That's a filing, a note-taking app. Evernote, or even a Google document or a Word document, anything, whatever will keep you organized. Save those good posts because you'll be glad you did later on. And that way you can schedule things like that and not have to recreate the wheel, because honestly, how many days worth of posts do we as coaches need? Not that many,
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to click on the March free results. Now, you know what we should do actually, instead of clicking on that? I'm going to be starting the Team Benefit Challenge group for the April 18th. Let's create one, okay? So we're going to go to new group. That's pretty self-explanatory there. We're going to say April 18th, rock your spring challenge group, because I'm just really creative tonight. So it starts on the 18th. That's day 1. And I'm kind of like, I don't know how I want to handle this. Actually, see, here's what I like to do. I like to have about a week of prep post where people get added to the group and they can clean out their pantry and take their things. But on the app, it would be nice if we could open the group but still tell it day 1 is on the 18th. You see what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to sort of do that. Because it would be nice if our official day 1 on here said day 1. You know how it'll tell you what day of the challenge group it is? I want it to match. But I don't think it's going to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the group on the 11th. And then instead of it being 21 days, it'll be 28 days long. Are you with me? So
yes.
It's really 21 days, but their official day 1 will start on the 18th, which would be day 8. Okay, so program for the group. This could be Shakeology only. Here's all of the programs. If you have everybody doing the same thing, then you can pick one of these grand options. 99% of the time, my groups are multi-program. Pretty much the only time that I have somebody doing just one program is when there's a brand new program coming out and it's launching. And that way we as a team typically have enough people all doing the same thing at the same time. Other than that, everybody's like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. Oh, I just finished this, so I should really wait and do that, that kind of thing. So here's a description.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
You answered a big question I had right now with that. So let's say people that have been interested in this special for the challenge pack that we talked about with the Shakeology and all that, but not necessarily a 21-day fix.
Okay.
If those people wanted to do a challenge together with the 21-day fix, we could do that. as well?
Oh yeah. So are you thinking maybe the club people?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if it actually has just club on here. Like if the clubbers wanted to get together and go clubbing, that would be a really fun tagline. Let's go clubbing. Would that be so funny?
Yes.
That would be like the fun.
Oh,
I
that's
need to
great.
make a challenge group post about let's go clubbing. That would be so hilarious.
We'd have to come to Florida for that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And can you imagine like if we put like a little video collage together of everybody, like all these coaches like in their heels and dramatic eye makeup, like
Yes.
we've got our disco ball over here and we put it together. Oh my gosh, that would be so funny. Or even what we really should do is like on a Zoom call, like next Tuesday night for the team call, we all hop on and act like, you just see somebody clubbing in the background, just one single person. Then, because of the Zoom, like, you can take a screenshot of all the people on. Oh,
Yes.
it would be hilarious. That would be
Yes.
awesome. Okay. Back on track. So to answer your question, you would just click multi-program. Yeah. Okay, then.
And the free challenges you wouldn't do through this app, right?
Yeah. Well, okay. So I've got mixed feelings on this, and when I finish this screen, I'll show you. My free sugar detox challenge group is going on the app right now. Two things about it. One is that there are some people who are app challenged. It has been a really simple process for me, so I'm not really sure why. But I have had for free groups so far, and this is a new app. Like we've only done 5 total challenge groups on this app since it came out. I so far have had better engagement on my free groups on Facebook. Now, the regular paid challengers are rocking it out on the app. So I will never do another Facebook challenge group for my paid people, ever. And I'll show you why, okay? So hold on, let's click. So what kind of picture are we going to put in here? I'll just put this challenge pack picture. This is not what I would normally put, but just anything motivational, because I think people are going to see that every day that they log in. So I'll change that. But okay, now I got to move you guys. Okay, so now it just says create the group. And this is my information. So I'm the coach. I will let you know that they are in the process. You will want to put your profile picture here. Just upload your picture, a selfie or whatever, right here so people can see who you are. They are going to be making it so that you can have an admin on your challenge group. Because let's say you guys are new coaches and like in the month of May or June, you decide, hey, I want to run a group together between the two of us. We don't really have enough people to warrant a group of our own. I've only got 3 people this month, but the energy in the group would be a lot better if we had 6. So why don't we run the group together? Okay, so that happens and you can team up together and run a group together. Well, there are coaches who are still doing that, but because you can't have an admin currently, then one person has to be like the facilitator, and then you see what I mean? Like it's doable, but it'll just be nicer once they have an admin where coaches can co-lead.
Yes,
groups.
that makes sense.
So that's in the works. Okay, so now we created the group. See, it says 1, create group, 2, review your profile, 3, invite participants. It's laid out just really easy. So now all you do is enter people's names and their email address. You add them to the list, and then when you click add list, it'll put right here, invite participants. So you just click invite and it sends them the invitation. And that's it. They just get it. And then over here, you can see the invitations that you've sent. And it also will give you a button that says resend invitation. So let's say somebody's like, I accidentally deleted it. I didn't see it. It must have gone to my spam. Then you just go in here and hit resend and it'll send them the invitation again.
Okay.
So it's really handy. Now I'm going to get out of here and take you to one that's already been created. Now this is the, here's the real group that's going on right now, okay? There's 16 participants up here. Here's our group feed. Of course, it says what day we're on, and it's multi-program. If we want to go and change any of that, then we can edit right there. So here's the gold. This is where the gold is as a coach. Okay, it's got me up there. Kelly Carr, she's a coach, and she even put on her, when you click on their name, it pulls up everything about them, okay? Their goal that they've entered, their before pictures, their program, their Shakeology flavor, their starting weight, what code they use for the invite, their email. I mean, everything is there. And then over here, I can see what she has done. So right here, this button tells you what it means. That day she did workout and Shakeology both. So I can see what she's been doing. Now she had put that her goal was to be a part of the group as a challenger just to see how the app was viewed by her challengers. So she really hasn't been participating in this, so I haven't worried about like, oh no, she's fallen off the planet. Here's friends, you know, like out of last week, she logged 1 out of 7 days of her workouts, and Shakeology, she logged 2 out of 7. Okay, so that's really good. You want to make sure that your people are drinking their Shakeology every day, because what happens if they don't? They're going to end up with extra bags, which means that they're not getting the benefit and feeling as good, because I can testify you're not going to feel as good if you're not drinking it every day and if you're skipping days. I know. It's like night and day. So that allows us to take, and if I'm like, darn you, you've been stinking it up, you're out of here, and I just remove her and she's gone.
Kicked her out.
She's just had it. So, okay, so then let's take, Erin has been doing amazing, and we've got her before. See, she's doing everything exactly right. Yeah. And the last time she was active was 16 minutes ago. Like, if we go real quick, what we can do is we'll send her a message that says, hey, Chica, just to let you know, I'm using your account as an example to new coaches because you've been doing so freaking amazing. Hashtag boom. Okay, so so that sent her a message straight to her email. And then you can also see what she allows me to see. She's allowing me to see everything. So I know that she's getting the notifications. If somebody has all their notifications off, then I'm going to want to look at that and say, you know what, I should probably text this person every couple of days, every 3 days, and make sure that they're doing okay, because they're not seeing all my stuff. So it just allows you to coach them better. Now here in their message history, this is me sending her messages. And then the activity feed, it shows exactly all that she has logged and posted. So if she hasn't been posting, so her last picture was posted on April 1st, but it'll show me the pictures, every single thing that she's posted. And then if we go back to all participants, here's just in general, you can post, if you want to run, let's say a weekly contest, and you're like, okay, let's see who can log the most Shakeologies for the week. Then we're going to sort it by who has done the most Shakeologies. Okay, who's logged the most workouts since we started? So now we know, and it's just sorted. That is a weak spot of mine as a coach, to do those like fun things. But I am attempting to implement them. But I want to let you know, like, there are so many other coaches who I believe run very different and fun groups that you put your spin on it and make it feel like yours, because it doesn't have to be like mine. Then here's one of the key things that I look for when I'm on this participant page. I look to see who hasn't been logging in 7 days ago. Like, are you kidding me? She is really not in this group. Okay. So
Don't look at mine.
Where I know that you got a message, didn't you? You got a message today.
I saw it.
So, and this girl hasn't logged in at all.
That's mine. She's mine.
I couldn't remember who she belonged to. Is it yours?
Yes.
Okay. So, of course, we got to make sure. And, of course, that would be handy. Like, if you were the one running the group, you would know that for sure.
Yes.
Yes. To make sure to reach out to these people outside of app land.
Yes.
So, like Catherine, I've already been talking to her elsewhere on Facebook, so she's surviving. Kathleen, she needs a message, because it's been 3 days. But yet she's been logging. She's been logging stuff. She's trying, but she's probably struggling or having a busy week or that kind of thing. Now, you guys probably know, you've probably been on the receiving end potentially of one of my friendly reminder messages at the beginning of a challenge group to like, you haven't added your goal, so add your goal, or you're gone in 24 hours, or, your photos, it's really important. And I have become way more hardcore about that than I used to be because I see the difference in people when they do it and when they don't do it and how they get results.
Yes.
So here's my thing. The reason that I am that way is because here's what I don't want to happen. I do not want somebody to think, okay, like for example, and we already know Catherine's we're taking care of her elsewhere, and I need to just take her out of this app. But let's say Catherine, at the end of 21 days, she really hasn't gotten results. And she's like, well, I did that thing called the Beachbody Challenge, and I didn't see that many results. There's no way I would renew or do it again because she thinks that she went through it. Do I think that she went through a Beachbody Challenge? No, she didn't participate in the Beachbody Challenge. Yeah, she logged 3 workouts, but that's not doing a Beachbody Challenge. No. So that is the reason why truly I want to have a conversation with those people and say, hey, I know that life comes up. Even as a coach, there are times when I think I'm going to start something and then I'm like, mentally, I'm not in the place to do it. And that is life, and that's how things happen, and that's okay. This is here for you and ready for you when you're ready. And when you're ready to participate, then let's do this thing called the Beachbody Challenge. Until then, here's my recommendation to you. Get that Shakeology in your system every single day because obviously we already know from talking that you've been struggling with life, with stress, with your eating, whatever it is, and that Shakeology is going to help you manage that. So whatever you do, don't stop your Shakeology, but when you're ready, then you let me know and we'll get you plugged into a challenge group.
Okay.
So that's really supporting them and making them not feel like a loser because they quit the challenge group, Okay, so here's the last thing. Group feed.
Can I ask a quick question there?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
On the right there, before you got out of that, it said what each person was doing, like as far as which program. Like, is that put in by you at some point?
That's put in by them.
By them. Oh, okay. That's right.
Yeah, okay. When they and you would have had to do it probably when you like set your little thing up.
Got it. Okay.
So you put in 22-minute hardcore, and I would assume that you can go in and change that if you wanted to. It's not necessary. But yeah, that would be when they're logging in for that first time and setting it up.
Okay.
Then the group feed. Okay, so you've got your notifications, and that way you can see who's been doing what. And this is all very, very mobile. So if you go on your phone to mychallengetrackerportal.com, you can just do this from your phone. If you've got 5 or 10 minutes from somewhere else where you're sitting, then you can do that. Here's where you can schedule posts. So, this one is scheduled for tomorrow morning, and now I've gotten smart enough that I've paid an assistant to do this. So I don't even know what these are, but I'm sure they're wonderful. And so she's got them scheduled for me. But that simply to do that, all you do is hit add a post. You pick what image you want from your computer or your phone, and then type in what you want and the date and the time and hit schedule, and it's done. So like literally you could crank out, 5 in 5 minutes. Now, if you want to do add video, then you'll just grab the YouTube link, and I'm going to show you how to do this in case you're not YouTube savvy yet. When you're on a video, you go to share, and you just copy that, and then go in and paste it right here, and then you're good to go. And then last but not least, from that group feed is the challenge group guides. And I think this is, Sandra, what I was showing you the other day, or it might have been somebody else. So all of the challenge group guides are here. It's like a wealth of information. If you have a group that is doing one certain thing, then you can pull this in. If you, even if you had, say you've got a group where everybody's either doing the 21-day fix or 21-day fix extreme, it would probably be worth pulling the 21-day fix daily coaching guide and fix extreme coaching guide up. It tells you a post for every single day with the graphics.
Wow.
Yeah, like it's all there. And then if you want to post, like copy paste the starter guide for your participants, let's pull that up real quick. So here, what's the commitment for a 21-day fix challenge group? Copy, paste in your group, done. So it's just a one-page thing. You can literally copy and paste this whole thing. Then the thing that I'm going to show you, we found the other day when I was on the call with Sandra, that if you go into your Coach Online office, and I swear this is the last thing I'm showing you, and then I'm going to let you guys go. Okay, so you're in your Coach Online office, and if you go under Sales and Marketing Challenge Group Tools, then you can go, okay, so here, first of all, before I click off of it, complete guide to challenge packs, challenge pack one sheet, social media sample post. This is a Facebook group that corporate has put together, and you can ask to join the Facebook group for support. Here's the My Challenge Tracker, and you can download the app from there. Okay, so what I want to show you is under here, Challenge Group Guides. Now, there's one on here, if you scroll down, that has, it better still be here or I'm going to look like a fool. Hold on. Multi-program. Okay, so now you've got your starter guide. This is what you guys would be able to see. So it's going to tell you step by step, new coach, do this, good luck. And then your daily coaching guide. This is because it's for multiple programs. It's a lot of them are going to be a little bit more, like generic. So day 1, introduction, copy, paste. Day 2, copy, paste. Day 3, it's just easy. So when I say that this stuff is really doable, it really, really is doable. I believe, I will double check in our new coach Facebook group to make sure, but I have a friend who put together this taste test group content, and so even for the Shakeology 7-day taste test group, let's say you want to start with that. It tells you step 1 through step 5. Here's exactly what you do to run the group. And then there are several, see how it says day 0, day 0, day 0. As you are kind of putting people in that group and they're waiting for the start date, all of these are posts that you can put in there to gather up excitement, to keep people engaged as they're waiting for the group to start. And then here's day 1, day 2, and that group is done for you. So it's like a challenge group in a box.
Awesome.
Yeah, and anytime that you aren't sure about graphics, again, like let's say this graphic and you're not sure where to find it, go to Google Images and you're going to search Shakeology ingredients and benefits. And see, it already even comes up because people look for it so much. So here we go. And that's all you have to do. So everything is on Google or YouTube for this entire career called Team Beachbody Coaching.
Awesome. I love it.
So anyway, thank you guys so very much. Tanya, I see you hop on, and we are getting ready to hop off, but I recorded, so you will be good to go, girlfriend.
Okay.
And thank you guys for bearing with me, especially through the clubbing
Yes.
episode. Yeah.
Yes.
And Tanya, you'll get that after you watch the recording. But all right, girls, new coaches, let's go clubbing.
Let's go clubbing.
Woo! Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.